Now for actually how to build a resume. Now we're quickly going to cut to a video that explains how to actually build a resume and why we need one. Right after that, we'll cut back to me talking over how to actually complete and build a resume for yourself.
A resume is a brief document that tells potential employers about your skills, work history, and more. Because it's so useful and versatile, almost every job search begins with one. But even though every resume has its own look and feel, they usually contain the same basic types of information. It all starts with your contact info at the top of your resume. Include your first and last name, phone number, email address, and either your mailing address or just your city and state. The summary offers brief highlights of your most notable skills and achievements. Although it's not required on your resume, the summary can make a great first impression on a hiring manager and may convince them to keep reading. Your work experience is one of the most important parts of your resume. It details where and when you've worked, along with your tasks and achievements. This is where hiring managers usually determine if you're suitable for the job, so make sure you present yourself in the best light possible. Because many jobs have some sort of educational requirement, you'll need to list where you attended school, what degrees or certifications you've earned, and so on. You should always include this section, regardless of how much education you've completed. The skills section can reinforce your work experience by listing any technical or career-related skills that can help you stand out. Remember that a resume's purpose is to grab an employer's attention and get you an interview. That means every aspect of your resume should be clear, concise, and relevant to the job you're pursuing. Creating a quality resume takes time and effort, but once it's ready, you'll be much better prepared for the job search.
Goodwill Community Foundation, creating opportunities for a better life.
So now I'm going to be kind of going over resume formats more in depth. Now the first part of a resume is going to be the name and contact information. This is extremely important. You want to make sure this is spotless. You don't want to miss a digit on your phone number or miss a letter on your email. If you do, that organization can no longer reach out to you to hire you and completely destroy that relationship you built throughout that interview. Now, second part is going to be a summary or objective. Now, this isn't for every single resume. This is for most resumes. If you have less professional experience, it's definitely a good idea to have a summary to kind of fill up a resume, make sure you have a full page. But if you have enough work history to fill up a whole page, a summary or objective may not be necessary for you. Now for professional history, there's three main parts to this. We're going to have the company's name, the dates of tenure, so how long you actually worked at that organization, and the description of role and achievements. So for example, let's say you're working a retail job, the description of your role would be sales associate, and then you can also put some achievements there or kind of what you actually did. So first thing you can put is open and close the store. That's kind of a quick description of what you did, and then some achievements for that could be employee of the month 2 months in a row, helped increase revenue by 10% year by year. Different things like that you can add to your resume to kind of make yourself stand out a bit more. Now, education is something that's always changing and always changing throughout your career on your resume. So when you're in high school and applying for small part-time jobs, definitely put your high school on it. Once you start university and you update your resume, you're no longer going to mention where you went to high school with. And this kind of keeps going the more education you get. If you get a master's, you no longer need to put what your bachelor's was. If you continue to go up, all the education you had before, there's no need of putting it on your resume. Just put what's applicable to the job you're applying for on that resume. Then we're going to have number 5, we're going to have our skills, make it tailored to the job you're applying for. If we're applying for a retail job, for skills, you can put things like hardworking, customer service, great at creating conversations. And the last part is optional. This depends on the job you're applying for. Some companies really want to hire, not necessarily you for yours, want to hire someone that, they think that they can work in an office with. So they definitely want to know your interests and hobbies. But as I said, this section is optional. Now to actually look at a real resume instead of kind of judging, one from Indeed, I actually just brought up mine here. So as we can see at the top, we have our name and contact information. So I have my name, phone number, email, and I have hyperlinked for my LinkedIn and Gmail to make it even easier for them to contact me. At the top, I had my education, so Kaplan University, and my major, which is information management and analytics, plus my marketing. So, I had put some relevant coursework for this. I was applying for a sales job, so I wanted to demonstrate that I had sales experience. So I put in the course I took, which was professional selling skills, and some quick facts of what I learned there. I demonstrated strong selling skills and negotiation skills. And at the bottom, I quickly had a quick highlight of my achievement, which was a semester GPA of 4.0. Then I put my work experience. I put both of my jobs. As you can see, we have the name of the job and our tenure, so how long we were there for. This job is seasonal, so I definitely make sure I put that there so they don't think I'm working there year-round. My second job, name of the company, and our tenure. This was not seasonal, so I'm able to just put April 2017 to present. And then I also have some volunteer experience, which is with the Enactus Capilano, which is what we're doing here today. And I also want to, you also, when you put your tenure, you also want to show if you were promoted. So as you can see here, I started out as a project representative. Now we're a project manager, and we do put the change of dates there. I've done that for Enactus Capilano here, and I've also done it for Mount Seymour. Now at the bottom, this was the optional part, the skills and interest, and at the bottom, I kind of put some skills and interest both in there. So for this sales job, I wanted to show off the skills that are necessary for this actual job. So I talked about sales. I do speak Spanish, so that can help with, expressing to more buyers, project management, Canva, and I also put some interest edge just so they can know a bit more about myself. So my interests are obviously digital marketing, analytics, love to speak at high schools, and I'm really passionate about e-commerce. So this will kind of sum it up for the resume portion of this workshop. Down in the website right now, square1@capilano.ca. There's going to be some more links to YouTube videos and more resources if you want to kind of further your knowledge on resume building.